Good evening everyone. This is the recording video for Osborne Practice Paper 2 and I'm going to make 3 more videos today for Osborne Practice Paper 2 for 2.1, 2.2 and 2.3. The tasks or the questions for these activities are in page 95 from here, or else if you want to look at the page numbers, it is starting from page 50 onwards. So it is starting from page 95 or from page 50 onwards, and there are 3 questions, 2.1, 2.2 and 2.3, which I'll make the videos for today. I already copied this question and put it into my Excel sheet. So this is my Excel data file for Osborne Practice Paper 2 task 2.1. So I'll send you these files after I finish the videos along with the videos. So let's see what we need to do here. Finishing touches: list all purchase orders placed with their suppliers. This list is kept in an Excel spreadsheet. Rebecca and Neil would like you to do some analysis on the purchases made in the last 3 months to allow them to discuss discounts with the suppliers. So they want you to do some analysis based on the data from the last 3 months. They would also like you to allow only approved suppliers to be used for orders to be made. So when they want to place order to buy something, they don't want to buy from any suppliers. They have an approved list of suppliers and they only want to use this list of suppliers whenever they are making any orders. So to complete this, they want you to download the data file, which is already been given to you. So you use that file. While saving the file, when you complete it, you use this following file format name to save it. So let's see what do we need to do here. Open the renamed spreadsheet in the worksheet called Purchases 1st January to 31st March 2007. We have here Purchases 1st January to 31st of March 2007. Column D needs to show the net amount of each purchase order, as the gross amount has been entered in error. All purchases are VAT-able at standard rate. So in this calculation, in column B, they have calculated the gross amount. But using this gross amount, in the column D now, over here, they want you to calculate the net amount. So using the gross amount, you have to calculate the net amount. Let's see what else they are asking you to do. In cell D1, enter the VAT rate 20%, ensuring it is shown as a percentage correctly. In cell D2, enter net amount formatted in bold, wrapped text and centered. So in cell D1, we want to enter the VAT rate. So D1 is over here, 20%. So what you can do is you write 0.20 and you convert it into percentage so that it will show the percentage sign correctly. So right click, percentage. They did not say anything about the decimal places, so you can remove it. So 20% is the VAT rate. In cell D2, they want to write the heading net amount. Then they want you to make it bold. Wrap text. Wrap text means, like if you see when you type net amount, not all the text is seen. Some of the text is getting cut. So when you do wrap text, which is this option over here, it will just adjust the text to your size of the column. So you done wrap text, and they want it to be centered. So this is left aligned, this is right aligned, and this is your justified, which will make it to the center. So click on centered. So that is what they wanted to do. Bold, wrap text and centered. Use a formula to calculate the net amount of each purchase order in cells D3 to D57 using absolute referencing to D1 and format them to pound sign with 2 decimal places. So they want you to calculate the net amount. Usually to calculate the net amount, what we can do is total minus total divided by 6. Because as you know, divided by 6 will give you the VAT when it is including. But here they want you to use this figure in your cell D1. So you cannot use this divided 6 formula over here. So let's see how do we do the net amount calculation. So from the gross amount, you will have to remove the net amount in order to, you have to remove the VAT amount to calculate the net. So take the gross minus that gross, the gross amount multiplied by the VAT rate, which over here is 20%. Use absolute referencing on that because that figure is not changing. And divide it by 120%. Because 20% out of 120% will give you the VAT, where it is VAT including. If you do 20 by 100, you will get a wrong figure because this is not the net amount, this is the gross amount. So B3 is the gross amount. From that you need to calculate and subtract the VAT. So to calculate and subtract the VAT, it is gross amount multiplied by 20% divided by 120%. Instead of directly using 20%, to use the 20%, refer to the cell value in D1 and use absolute referencing on that. Press enter, and they're telling that there is a small correction required. So let's see, do you want to accept this correction? Say yes, and let's see what is happening here. 1250 is our net amount, which is the correct calculation. So how did the formula change? Was I put one more extra bracket here by mistake, I think. They just removed that extra bracket. So gross figure minus the VAT in the gross figure, which is calculated by using this formula. The gross multiplied by 20% divided by 120%, which will give you the VAT. And gross minus VAT will give you the net. Once you calculate in the first cell, go to the corner of the cell, double click to help you to calculate in all the remaining cells up to D57. And you can see all the figures up to D57 are being calculated. And they want you to format it by showing a decimal sign, pound sign and 2 decimal places. And as you can see, it is already coming, pound sign and 2 decimal places. So no need to change anything. Show the total purchases figure in the bottom cell in D58. In D58, they want to show the full sum. So you can say equal to sum D3 to D57. Because D3 is the first cell, I think. If you go back and check, you started from D3 and you went up to D57. So sum D3 to D57 will give you the total purchases figure, which is 68,921 pounds and 90 pence. That completes the first part of the question. Let's continue to the next part. To identify the high value items, the purchases from 1st January to 31st March 2000 worksheet needs to be filtered. Use a filter function on the worksheet and filter the table by net amount, low to high, excluding column E. So you want to apply a filter excluding column E. That means do not apply filter on this column, but you can apply filter on the first 4 columns. So just select the headings, sort and filter, and apply filter. And they want to show low to high of the net amount. So clear on the arrow mark, click on the arrow mark for the net amount for the, and then arrange from smallest to largest, low to high. Click on that and you can see all the values have been now allowed in the ascending order from the lowest to the highest. Completed now. Next one, a pivot table. An analysis is required of the value of the purchases that finishing touches has made, to help them negotiate discounts for the following quarter. So you want to see and analyze how much you purchased from different suppliers. So if you purchase more from one supplier, you can ask them a discount because you're spending more money with them. So they want to analyze and see how much you purchase from various suppliers so that you can negotiate a discount. For the purchases, in the purchases 1st January to 31st of March 2017 worksheet, insert a pivot chart and a pivot table into a new worksheet. Produce a pivot chart for total net purchases by supplier. So they want to see two things in this pivot chart. Understanding this is very important. They want to see only two things. One is total net purchases and then suppliers. So these are the two things they want to see in the pivot chart. So to insert the pivot chart, select the first cell and then insert. Click on the arrow mark, pivot chart and pivot table. Select a table or range is already done and it will go into a new worksheet. Say OK. The things what they want to see is the net amount. So drag the net amount into the values. And then they want to see the supplier. So drag the supplied by into the axis category. And you can see there is one blank which is the total. The total is also coming up. So what you can do over here is click on this row labels and unclick on this blank cell and say OK. That way only the supplier details will come up and the total has been removed. So net amount has been dragged, supplied by has been dragged. Because the total value was also coming, the chart was not displayed properly. So because of that, I went to the row tables and I unclicked that blank column which was the total and clicked OK. And when I did that, only the supplier details are coming without the total information. Now try to make your chart a little bit bigger for it to be clearly seen. Oops, sorry. It went too big, I think. Sorry. Let's reduce it. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see what we need to do to this chart. Rename the worksheet total net purchases by supplier. So rename this sheet to total net purchases by supplier. Total net purchases by supplier. We have done that. Insert a clustered column chart. So this is a column chart and they want you to change the chart type into a clustered column chart. Select the chart. Go to the design over here and change chart type. Click on that. We have a column chart and then this is your clustered column chart. So the whatever chart we inserted, it's already a clustered column chart. So just make sure to ensure that it is done. Click on that and say OK. And that is your clustered column chart. Already the inserted one itself is the clustered column chart. But you just made the changes again to make sure that the chart type is right. Now let's see what else they want us to do. Highlight the largest suppliers column in green and the smallest supplier column in orange. Largest supplier in green and the smallest one in orange. So largest supplier, as you can see, is Fancy Fabrics. So click on the bars. One click will select all the bars. One more click will only select that bar. Right click, fill in orange color. And the lowest one, I think, in green. Sorry, forgot that. Sorry, highest in green and the smallest in orange. Sorry about that. Smallest, as you can see, is Halsworth Limited, 4,242. Select it and change the color into orange. Looks like yellow. That's fine, just leave it. Okay, so we done the smallest in orange and the highest in green. Format the data series to include total purchase of each supplier in the format of no pound sign, no decimal places, but 1000 separator. So like all these bars, they are empty, they are not showing any data. But here you can see the data, but they want you to add this data into the chart without decimal places and with a 1000 separator. So they want you to add some data labels. So right click on the chart. Sorry, not on the plot area. Right click on the chart and it should say data series or data label. Let's look at that. 1 minute. Select data, move chart, save as picture. No. Hide field list. No, not all of this. Reset to match style, select data, format grid lines. No. There should be data labels. Let's go to the design, add chart element, and there we have data labels. So sometimes if it's not coming up in the right click, you can do from here. So how I can select the chart, design, add chart element, data labels. Where you want to add the data labels, I will say outside end on the top so that you know where they are. Click on that. But as you can see some decimal places, but they do not want any decimal places. So select that labels, right click and say format data labels. Scroll down on the number section here. We want it as a number with 0 decimal places but a 1000 separator. And that's it. And when you do that, you can see that all the figures have been added onto the data labels, have been added to the bar chart. Oh sorry, when I see, I think the highest one is not fancy fabrics, it's Velvet Vision. So let's change this one into green, not the other one. And this one back into that general blue color. Because this one is the highest sales. That was my mistake. So that's the chart completed. Let's see if there is anything else to be done in the chart. Add the following title to the chart: total net purchases by supplier in font size 16. Resize the chart so that the data is clearly visible. Total net purchases by supplier. So they want you to change the title. Total net purchases by supplier. In font 16. So select it and see if your font is correct or not. Format chart title. Fill, border, not needed. Text options. Alignment is fine. There is no size over here. Let's see if we can change it from the home. Highlight this and change it to font size 16. That's done. Resize the chart so the data is clearly visible. You can see the data clearly, but if you want, just close all these fields and make it a bit larger so that the data is clearly seen. And that is the completion of the point C. In the point D, Rebecca and Neil wants to set up a purchasing system where only approved suppliers can be used. They want you to amend the purchases 1 to 31st March 2017 worksheet so they can use it as a purchasing template from April 2007 onwards. In the worksheet purchases 1st January to 31st March, apply data validation to the range of cells C3 to C57. So in the main table, in the C3 to C57, they want to apply some data validation. So let's see what validation do they want you to apply. Only the list of approved suppliers shown in the cells E3 to E11 can be used in the drop-down box for each cell in column C. So, these are our approved list of suppliers. So, when we want to buy something, we do not want to allow any other suppliers and we only want to use these suppliers. So, rather than allowing the people to type the supplier name by themselves, they want these names to come here like a drop-down box. We have done this a little bit in one of the extended trial balance question also, where we use the financial statements. We created a drop-down box using some information. So the same thing we are doing again, and this is a list they want to see in the drop-down. Not only that, whenever you choose any cell in column C, the message should show, please choose from the drop-down list. You should be able to show a message. And a suitable warning is shown if users try to manually change the supplier that is not in the approved list. If anybody is trying to enter manually, you should also show a warning message to say that it is not allowed and to choose from the drop down. So let's see how the data validation can be applied. You can apply data validation on all the cells together, so you don't have to do it one by one. So select C3 to C57. Data, what if analysis, so not what if analysis. Okay, so data, and over here we have data validation, this one over here. So select that, data validation. What you want to allow is you want to allow a list of approved suppliers. Where is this list of approved suppliers? The source of this list of approved suppliers is from E3 to up to E11. And then we want to put a message. Every time that somebody goes there, you want to show an input message. So click on the input message and say, please choose from the drop down box menu. But if anybody is trying to enter something else without choosing from the drop down menu, you also want to give a warning sign. So in the warning sign, stop, you type only approved suppliers are allowed. So we done everything and say OK. Now let's see if this works or not. When you go near this box, it is showing the message, please choose from the drop down menu, which is good. When you click on the drop down menu, you can see all the names are coming up. Okay. Now let me try to remove this and try to enter something else which is not in the list. And when I do that, it's showing only approved suppliers are allowed. So you say cancel. So that is how it works. So when you go here, it is showing a message. When you click on the button, the drop down list is coming, and when you try to edit it, it is giving a message to say that only approved lists are allowed. So it is not allowing you to type any new names. So this is your data validation. Ensure that only the list of approved suppliers in cell E3 to E11 is protected using the password 123 so that nobody can change the list without this code. So they want you to protect this approved suppliers list cell so that nobody can edit it. So whenever you want to protect some cells, first you have to unlock all the cells. So select the whole sheet, right click, format cells, protection, remove the lock. Now only lock the approved suppliers list from E3 to E11. Format cells and lock it. Leave the page as it is. Review, protect sheet, and the password 123. OK. Re-enter the password 123. OK. And now you can see, if you want to edit anything, you can edit it. But if you want to enter something here, it will say this is a protected sheet. You cannot enter anything. So anywhere else you can type. but in this particular cells where you have protected them, you can't type anything. So whenever they say protect sheet, do not protect everything, only protect the range what they want you to protect. And to do that, follow the steps. Select the whole sheet, unclick the locked, select only the cells what you want to protect, lock, and then protect the sheet. If you want to unprotect it, just click on unprotect, put the password, and it will unprotect. Okay, and that is it is done. So this is your task 2.1. Let me see if it is finished. Sorry, because I don't want to leave anything else incomplete again. At the end of this task, you should have one spreadsheet which should have two worksheets titled Purchases 31st March to 1st January and Total Net Purchases by Supplier. So we have that and we have this both completed. This is just your question which I have done, so it's okay. So this is your complete task 2.1.